There's a strong push in order to make sure that everybody knows that y'all was black ones, we was Kangs, we was Brits, we built y'all, you all came from us. Like, what is actually going on right now with the blackwashing of history? You have BBC over here. Not that one, but a children's show. So you got BBC for, oh my god, you guys are degenerates. The show Horrible Histories was released, and they released a song called Been Here From the Start. I'm not going to play it because BBC, the other one, not that one, not the obvious one. Okay. They are legendary copyright cucks. So you got the BBC or cucks. It's normally the other way. I jest. Which is about black people always being in Britain. BBC is rewriting history to teach children that the original Britons were black. Yeah, because we found the skeleton. You know the story about the Cheddar Man. The Cheddar Man was there in Britain 14,000 years ago, and he was black. Until people looked at the skeleton and realized he ain't black. And then Joe Biden was out there going, well, he didn't vote for me, but he did. Anyways, outside of outright confusion, I don't know why they're trying to push this. Okay, why are they trying to push this so hard? Like, yeah, okay, you guys have the history of Africa. You can go ahead and tell that. It's a wonderful, fantastical history that feel free, okay? It's rich, it's steeped in tradition, and hell, if you want to go see what Africa was like 10,000 years ago, you could just go back to Africa right now and go check it out, just saying. But now they're trying to claim that Stonehenge was built by Britain when it was a black country. New children's book claim. Oh, okay, so they're just directly trying to go and indoctrinate your kids. It's not so much that, you got the gender lobby out there, the alphabet mafia convening and trying to take over all the kids with their propaganda. No. Your stereotypical interpretation of what it means to be British? No. We was from the north. And Sheeeet. Yeah, what? Okay. Stonehenge was built by black people. You love Stonehenge? You love black people? A new children's book, or children's history book, has claimed readers of a brilliant black British history. Yo, man. So you got Triple BH. All right. By the Nigerian-born British author Anatuke. Are told the Neolithic monument in Wiltshire was built by a Briton, was a black country. It was built while Britain was a black country. No, it's like, legendarily, it's always overcast when it comes to the weather, but no, I'm sure the sun was out in the sky. Oh, no, black, as in, the people were black. And they even reference the oh my god, Christ almighty, that's been debunked more than Joe Biden winning an election. The book, which is aimed at children aged 7 and above, also tells readers that every single British person comes from a migrant. No! Unless you really want to parse hairs when it comes to the Normans and, the original conquest of Richard the Lionheart, okay, if you want to go with that. And the very first Britons were black. Yes, the introduction adds that Britain has been mostly a white country for a lot less time than it was a mostly black country. Okay, cool. Like a lot of people that want to dispute evolution, okay, you just go ahead, okay, because I'd imagine you're probably in that same camp that thinks that the earth is unironically flat. Where are the bones? Where are the fossils? What happened? Okay, if blacks were everywhere before anybody was anything else, why were you so bad at combat? Is that why you're just so prone to violence now? Because you think that you're just trying to win back old losses from back in the cut? Like, if you guys were everywhere first, does that just prove, like, whites are just so much better at you in different places? Hispanics are so much better than you in other places? Like, why would you want to put out such huge cell phones like that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Tinuke also claims that the remains of the 10,000-year-old Cheddar Man belonged to someone that had skin as dark can be. Oh, God, why you gotta be so stupid? And then unironically put all of this shit. It's like shit like this back when I was growing up in the 90s would be parody. But now, is it unironically being taught to kids? Or is unironically being aimed at children? Okay, the facial reconstruction of the Cheddar Man, I know it's Cheddar Man, but it's more fun to say Cheddar Man, depicted him as having dark skin in 2018. Although one expert involved in the project insisted that it's a probable profile rather than a certainty. Oh wow, imagine that. So even your initial analysis was casting doubt on that. Count me in stitches over that. Brilliant Black British History is published by Bloomsbury and promoted by literacy charity The Book Trust, which itself is funded by the Arts Council. So this is being directly funded by the British government. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. The book takes readers through an overview of the presence of black people in Britain. It says that Britain was a black country more than 7,000 years ago. But the only source that you can cite on this is a sample, or rather a fossil, from 10,000 years ago. All right, 7,000 years before white people came, and during the time the most famous British monument was built, Stonehenge. I'd say Big Ben is probably more famous, but you guys, they'll be in the sequel. We made Big Ben and shit. Yeah, but then it's got a clock on it, so, you know, knowing those people, they don't like to be on time. The research published in 2019 suggested that Neolithic farmers who built Stonehenge had paler skin and were descended from populations originated from Anatolia, which is now Turkey. Oh, they had paler skin. No, they black and shit. We was architects and stuff. They also likely had brown eyes, black or dark brown hair. Yes, which a lot of British people have. Surprise! At Nukies, whatever. Okay. Book also features illustrations of Britain during various periods of its history. One page shows an image of a black Roman legionnaire fighting a white Celt. And clearly you guys, the black Romans, why are you trying to co-opt Roman history? Okay. Is this all working in tandem? Okay, because there's very obvious depictions, and like it shows right there. Yeah, okay, there you go. Just citing the Cheddar Man, which doesn't look at all. Okay, that might... Okay, just looking at the recreation of that face right there. Okay, see if we can pull it up real quick. Yeah, as you can see, not too many traditionally black features in that face right there. Okay, but yeah, trying to take credit for everything throughout history, like, okay, why don't you just leave the white guy something? The author claims that Romans had turned back to Europe and pushed north after trying and failing to conquer the African kingdom of Nubia, which is still around to this very day. Okay. By the Middle Ages, Britain was a hodgepodge of people, according to the author. Yo, man, are we reviewing a fiction book? Like, what's going on? The populations were made up of original British migrants, Celts, Romans, Britons, Anglo-Saxons, Vikings, Africans, and Normans. Unbelievable. People are that stupid and they still get book deals. They also spoke a hodgepodge language too, English. So you're even denigrating the language that you're using to indoctrinate the youth. Fantastic. A page on Black Lives Matter movement. Holy fuck. I should not be surprised. Says that although race does not scientifically exist, we need to make sure that everybody was black first and foremost. You guys know that you're black, right? You descended from blacks, but race doesn't necessarily exist. And why is it so important? Oh, okay, cool. Don't think about it that much. Black people suffer from institutional racism but no, you can't. Oh, trying to follow their own internal logic doesn't need to make sense. The book is billed as, in its blurb, as an eye-opening history of Britain that focuses on a part of our past that has mostly been left out of history books. The brilliant black history of England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. Yeah, we was like the first people to see like the Pendragon. We put the green, the white, and the Pendragon on that motherfucking flag for Wales and shit. You know why there's a big X? You got the blue flag with the white X on it for Scotland and shit. Yeah, that was us. That was us too. And Ireland, I don't know. The motherfuckers was drinking 40s when we got there to begin with. So fuck all y'all. And for England, yeah, we built that shit. The Stonehenge shit. Y'all know. It adds, do you know that the first Britons were black? No, and neither do you. Cite your source. Or that some of the Roman soldiers who invaded and ruled Britain were black too? No, I don't. No, I don't know that. Tell me more, please. Join this fascinating journey through the ages to meet those first Britons, as well as the Black Tudors, Georgians, and Victorians who existed in every walk of life here, exclusively here because, well, this is not scientific, it's not factual, it's not historical at all. This is just an absolute farce that, well, if I didn't know any better, I would say it was just made up by a charlatan that has roots in association with the Black Lives Matter movement. And yes, as we know, BLM doesn't stand for the furtherment of black individuals. It just simply means buy large mansions, if all of the bankruptcy filings didn't already inform you well enough. But I'm sure you'll be able to sell enough books to buy a new rag for your head. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone. the sounds of our people.